Pineapples. Welcome to the Juicy Tidbits podcast, where my mission is to energize you, your team, and your sweet results. I'm your host, Christine TWP, the Chief Fun Officer here at the Wise Pineapple. Today, my guest star is the ever so sweet Elizabeth Ndungu. Elizabeth is a Kindness Incorporator, business and life alignment strategist, award-winning general manager, and a new entrepreneur. Let's get right to it. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi,
Did I say your name right?
yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I have variations of it.
I am just so excited that you are here today. And welcome to the show, my brand new pilot show. And I want to hear everything that you're doing. And tell us offhand first, what is a Kindness Incorporator, Elizabeth?
All right. Well, anybody who says that word just gets me all excited. The Kindness Incorporator. It is a very big, large, warm, cuddly word to words, because it literally is just somebody who incorporates kindness in everything that they do. So we are all where we're at because of the kindness of others. And what I love most about this is people who are kind may not be aware that they're kind. And I'd love for us to be able to applaud them, to praise them when they're being kind, so that when other people see it, they're aware of it and carry it with them wherever they go. Then imagine a world where everybody's kind. Wouldn't that be great?
Imagine it. Isn't that so awesome? I love everything you're doing. And if you're not following Elizabeth on LinkedIn, she's been sharing so many awesome kindness posts and just sharing the kindness of others. And then that just inspires. Kindness is contagious. It just inspires the next person. And it's just a wonderful thing that you're putting out into the world. Now, you've always been this Kindness Incorporator, but I just love how you've really stepped up to a new platform where you're putting yourself out, not just to the people in your four walls at your hotel or your office or your business, but you're putting yourself on a really much higher platform. You've been being on podcasts, you're much more exposure on social media, and I'm loving every juicy bit of it. So congratulations to you. You are just so awesome. And I also have to tell everybody that I mentioned in the intro that you are an award-winning general manager, and I was lucky enough to be there the evening that you received that wonderful award, and it was just one of my highlights, just being there to watch you. I mean, you were just overwhelmed. It was so cool. Do you remember the feeling when they know?
Oh my gosh. It was, I was so like crying, sobbing. It was so not something that was prepared. And my boss, Jan, at the time just kept saying, Elizabeth, you're not winning anything, so don't worry about it. You're good. You're good. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to just hang out. And then they start talking about my hotel and the fact that you nominated me. My AGM nominated me. Like, this was just so freaking cool. And it wasn't even something I did. It was something my team did. Like, it was just so, see, kindness right there.
Yes. I love it.
That's what I love.
Well, I'm just thrilled that you are going to talk about kindness today. And just to let you know, again, Elizabeth, each episode is a quick, juicy tidbit of inspiration and energy to help leaders to be confident, be empowered, and to lead from the heart. So which area are you going to focus on today?
Today, I am full blown into leading from the heart, because that's what it's all about. Is
you are so right, and you do it so well. I love it. All right, so are you ready to give everybody your juicy tip?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay, wait. Let's get the yes button going.
Yeah, baby.
I guess you are. All right, Elizabeth, you're on.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for joining me today and for having us spend a couple of minutes with you. So the thing about what I absolutely love about Kindness Incorporation and leading from the heart is when you're working in a hotel, you are not really in control of everything. You wish that you were, but imagine if there was kindness everywhere you went, right? Wouldn't that be cool? You'd have understanding guests. You'd have awesome colleagues that you work with. I believe Kindness Incorporation is something that would make your job so much easier. The empathy, the empathy that would be involved and the kindness that would be involved makes your job easier. So whenever as a leader, whenever you are employing somebody, whenever you're giving somebody a chance at a job, just one of the core values I would love for you to look at is how kind do you believe this person is? How empathetic do you believe this person is? Because if they can incorporate kindness in everything that they do, I believe their heart will be in it. And if their heart is in it, they'll make better decisions compared to somebody who does not have kindness incorporated in them. Now, as a person who's working for a boss, right? And you're working in a hotel, you're working in the hospitality industry, wouldn't you love if your guests were kind? Of course, not yelling at you that the fries didn't come out right. Imagine if there was kindness in them. I believe if they see kindness in you, they probably will be so much better, so much kinder, because when you're kind, you'll not raise your voice as high, right? Yes, you're heated, but you'll be like, okay, let me understand where this person is coming from. Empathy, right? And let me understand that, yes, they're not angry at me. They're not taking it personal. I'm not going to take this personal. And what I want to do is to make this person feel better. So that for me is what Kindness Incorporation is about. What can you do to put a smile on that person's face and give them the kindness that maybe all day they didn't get?
I love that so much, and especially talking about empathy. Honestly, Elizabeth, this right now is what every huddle should be talking about every single day is empathy. And especially after everything all of us have been through,
yes,
empathy is where we need to be. And that's really hard when we deserve empathy too. So that's why we need to know that when we're walking through our place of business, that it's our turn to be the person that gives it. Okay. And at least it's our job. Okay. We're hopefully going to get it back from guests and whatnot, but it's right now we're being paid to be that empathetic person and to make guests feel welcome and whatnot. So, and each other. So I love that you're talking about the empathy to the kindness. Now, one question I have for you is you said like when interviewing somebody or working with other people, identifying if they're a kind person. That's the kind of person you want on the team. So let me ask you, do you have a few great questions that you ask during an interview to help you identify that this person is got tapped into kindness?
So I will be so direct because I do have some psychological questions that I may ask. However, most people may not expect a question of kindness, right? Mm-hmm. So if, for example, you are hiring for a front desk position, right? Mm-hmm. You could ask something as simple as if a lady walks into the front desk when you're checking in a guest, the guest leaves and they ask you, can I have 50 cents for the bus? How would you answer that? Mm-hmm. Right? So it's 50 cents. A, are you going to take it out of your pocket? B, are you going to be like, nah, I don't really have it because, we're automatic to not be kind. Or C, maybe you'll engage in conversation to find out where are you going? What do you need? What happened? Like kindness may not necessarily be you giving that 50 cents back. That's the part that I want everybody to understand. You giving that 50 cents back, she or he may go to another place and ask for 50 cents. But having that connection, having that interaction, getting to know that person, that's the Kindness Incorporation right there. Because they may need 50 cents, but it may not be for the bus. It may be to get food. And maybe you were there in the morning when they were about to toss out a whole bunch of food and you had kept some for yourself or something, and you might be able to give them that. Mm-hmm. But that's for me where I would ask a question like that and see where the mind of the person is. Like, will they be like, nope, I don't have money for that? And they can come up with an answer. There's people who are prepared for every question, every interview question, strengths and weaknesses that have answers for that. Oh, I'd give them the 50 cents. And be like, okay, so why would you give them the 50 cents? Well, because they asked. But the more you dig into the question, you'll realize the core values of the person. Are they empathetic? Do they love connecting with people?
Mm-hmm.
Will they go that extra mile? So that's one of the questions I would ask. Like, or you can just be like, give me an example of kindness that may have happened to you or that you did just for somebody else.
Yes.
So simple.
That's what I love so much is I love asking behavioral questions that are real. Tell me about a time. I love to see what they can come back with, and tell me about a real experience and what happened. And again, you can make that up too. But often when you're asking them to tell about a time, they usually will come up with something that really happened. So I love that. And I know for me, when I was interviewing, I would tell people the starfish story. If you read my book, you've read that, you definitely know about it, Elizabeth. If you don't know about it, if you're listening in, maybe I'll do a show about the starfish story, or you can Google it. But I will often tell people that starfish story and tell them that that's what our culture is here. And I will look to see if that puts a twinkle in their eye. If I feel like they're a connection, or if they say, you know what, I got a great starfish story for you, then I know that's the person I want on my team. That's a life changer. That's a world changer right there. Yeah. I love it. I am buying everything you're selling, Elizabeth. I love you so much. I'm so excited to have you here today. And you know that I, as the director and chief fun officer here at the Wise Pineapple, I always like to make room for a little bit of fun. So you guys, you ready to have a little bit of fun with me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I've got my little pineapple tray here full of fun questions. So today, Elizabeth, your fun question is, what is your favorite holiday tradition?
Oh.
I was really excited to ask you this question because you're from another country, so you have so many different traditions probably than most of us here. So I'd love to hear some. You know what, your favorite might even be a traditional American tradition, but
it's weird because I have because I went into hospitality, I did not get to celebrate a lot of holidays. Right? Because you would work each and every single holiday.
Wait. Is there anybody out there that feels that? I think we all are raising our hand right now.
I'm like, Sunday what? No, don't do Sundays. Don't do holidays just because you're working all the time. I think for me, I'll take a holiday from the past, right? Okay. Before my hospitality days. And it was Christmas when we were back in Kenya, because my mother was very religious. So we would go for Sunday Mass or Christmas Mass, which is at 12 midnight on the day Christmas is happening. So we would go to Mass. Typically, I was either in the choir or, of course, sitting there praying. And then after that, we would have a meal. And we didn't really do Christmas presents. Like our family didn't really do presents, but we would just sit around and exchange stories. And I think I did not realize how important that was until I came here, because it was my dad's stories, it was my mom's stories, and then with my brothers and sisters there, just having that time was so important. And now that I'm separated from them, once in a while, I'm just like, oh, I miss that. So that's one of my precious holidays for me is Christmas because of those memories. And in Kenya, we have Boxing Day, which is the 26th.
Oh, okay, yes.
So then that Boxing Day was a day you're supposed to now have the presents and open them. But we didn't do that. We would just like play and stuff and just enjoy each other's company. A lot of food, like a lot of food.
Sounds like an Italian household.
It literally, like, weird such, and I use this word socialist country very loosely, but we literally love barbecuing. We call it nyama choma. So we would barbecue every weekend and on holidays. So yeah, and in Kenya, I don't know if they do this now, but like literally from the 19th of December until the 2nd of January, people are not working.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah.
They like would close business, and it's celebration of Christmas all the way until like it's a big freaking deal.
That's beautiful though. And I love the story sharing, and now you're going to have that gift forever. I love that. And, you know, as we get older, you might want to write those stories down because we might not have them forever. Awesome.
Yep.
You are so awesome. I just love just every minute I get to spend with you. Thank you so much for being here. Now, before we go into our last little piece, Elizabeth, what do you want to share with everybody? Where can people connect with you? What any promotion you want to share?
Sure. So I started the Kindness Incorporation project. I say started because it's not fully launched yet. I would love support on that in any way that I can. And by that, I mean on my website, which is www.elizabethandungu.com. I have a store that has merchandise that is Kindness Incorporated merchandise. So it would be super freaking fantastic if you'd be able to purchase something from that store. And the reason for that is everything on there is limited. I'm only selling 100 of them and 100 of that design of the Kindness Incorporator. I would love for you to give that to somebody that you absolutely believe is a Kindness Incorporator. That will spread the kindness wherever you go. Second is those funds are helping me begin the project, which will fund scholarships to empower women and men. It will help me with the Global Give Back Mentor Circle that I do in Kenya. And there's just a lot that's going to go. So the profits don't really go to me. They actually go back to everybody else. So my website is www.elizabethandungu.com. Limited edition t-shirts, bags. If you can purchase it, that would be absolutely great. And then you can also follow me on Instagram. It will help me get some followers so that I can get some graphic designers to help me with the website and all that nice stuff.
Big thumbs up on that. That's awesome. And I put your website up there on the screen there for everybody too as well. All right. Well, you know, Elizabeth, that I end every single huddle with great energy. And in episode 1, my introduction, I explained to everybody why you want to end with great energy every day. So every episode, we're going to end with great energy. And do you have the word or phrase today?
Yes, I do. So I absolutely believed everything that Christina said, and it absolutely did wonders for my huddle. So my huddle would end as 1, 2, 3, kindness! Woo! And you do
Awesome. All right, so you ready to call us out?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody, wherever you are in the world, put your hand in, and on 3, the word is kindness.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Kindness!
You are awesome, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here. You are a true Kindness Incorporator, and you are a wise pineapple. Thank you for being here. Bye, my friend.
Bye.